Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys. It's fun to be here. It's amazing in a down cycle to see 1,500 people come together to get better.
Absolutely.
It's just
Absolutely.
freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
It's the best thing ever. So
You said pick whatever photo I wanted of you. You literally said that. You cannot blame me for that.
It's fair. It's fair. I'm Alec, this is Adam. We're going to talk to you about video and game-changing video. And before we do, we have to have a little perspective set, because how many of you making videos every single day and putting them on the internet for the world to see? So many alligator arms. There's a proud... And the reason we have to have this conversation first in order to get into video is because we don't like social media. Is that a fair comment? And why don't we like social media? And come on, why don't we like it? It's BS. Someone's honest. It's addictive. It's fake. The Instagram life, posting your own Yelp reviews, the humble brags. We don't like it because it bothers us and annoys us, and yet, if I asked you to pull your cell phone out and we'd hit that little screen time button, and we have to have a little moment with Jesus and how much time you're looking at the phone, no one's going to like that moment. But it's real, and our customers are there. Our realtor partners are there. Our prospects are there. We have to be there. So I want to reframe social media for 2 seconds. The reality is, it's a platform, or many platforms, but it's platforms where human connection is happening. And the question is, what kind of human connection are we making there as professionals? Is that fair? We have to reframe it. People are like, I don't want to post on Facebook, it's personal. I'm like, then you're missing out on amazing connections that could be possible around you. You feel me on that? Because the question really is, what's the end game of video and social? What's the point? What's the purpose? And it's not leads. We know this. It's not more business. It's real human connection and relationships, right? The whole high trust concept doesn't stop because now we're looking at Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It's the same principle. The game that we're pushing for is real human connection with people that we want to have influence with people we care about, with people who we want to serve. You feel me on this? Are we good on the groundwork here? So, let's talk about video.
When it comes to video, it is the most important way to make those personal connections on social. And it's not the way of the future. It's the way of right now. And I'll prove it to you. How many people in this room, this is the first time ever at any conference you've ever attended to, you have heard that video is important? You lying back there. That is not true. Right? Everyone has heard that. Right? And if you continue to hear that being repeated, it means it's important. Right? So I'm going to actually stop real quick. I actually want to play our second video that is going to back this up, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Here's why video is the content king. It has become the most commonly used format in content marketing, overtaking blogs and infographics. 74% of consumers share video content from brands on social media. Video is the least likely type of content to be quickly skimmed over, holding attention 5 times more than still images. This matters when the average web page visit lasts less than a minute. 20% of people will read the text on a page, but 80% will stop to watch a video. Video is also highly shareable. Visual content is over 40 times more likely to get shared on social media than text-based content, and people are twice as likely to share video content with their friends than any other type of content. And more shares means more eyeballs. Here's a few examples of the power of video. 100% of Adam's videos get liked on Instagram. It's in his employees' contracts to like his videos, like their job depended on it. This video of Alec got over 9 million views on YouTube. Wait, is that Alec? So go make some videos.
Really?
60% of the time, it works every time.
I give you the video editing deal.
You told me to
and
make
you put Louis C.K.
I thought it was an honest mistake.
It's fair.
It's an honest mistake, okay?
Keep going.
All right. But I know those went really quickly, and I want to just take a minute to really talk through it, because we don't just want you to be on social just to be on social, or to post just to post. We want you to be effective, and I want you to know the why. I know everybody in here is why motivated, so let's talk through it. 80% of people will stop scrolling to watch a video. How many people in the past, since you've been at this conference, have shared a video with somebody else? Doesn't have to be here.
Yeah.
Right? How many people have done that today? How many people have done that in our session? I bet you.
Doing it right now.
Yeah, Video holds attention 5 times more than stills. And 74% of consumers share brand videos on social, and 84% of those videos have convinced them to make a purchase. You all are holding the biggest purchases that most people make in their lives. That 84% stat, that's a pretty good one for you to convince you all, okay, I need to be out here making video. So now let's talk about the what, okay? You know now, all right, you're making video. What do your consumers want to see? Well, the first thing is 73% want entertainment. What are you competing with, right? So you're at a mortgage company, title, whatever, Cutco in the house is my brother's first job. What are you competing with on social? Who are you competing with on social? By the way, just so you all know, I used to have a very, very passive-aggressive ex that wouldn't talk to me for like 3 days at a time when she got mad. So a little silence until you all answer isn't going to bother me at all. I'll wait for an answer, okay?
Influencers.
Influencers, what else? Cat videos. That's actually the best. Are you wearing a leopard? Stand up right now. Stand up right now. This is the guy who you would expect to say cat. Yes, that's the guy who you'd expect to say cat videos. Yeah. Okay? I'm a little scared to see his algorithm, but that makes sense. So you are competing with entertainment. You're competing with other people's joy. So it's not just other mortgage companies, right? They want humor. They want education, and they want inspiration. All of those things you all can do in yours. Now, let's kind of break down. There's really 2 schools of thought when it comes to the types of video and then the content you want to see. First is brand awareness, right? 35% of consumers use social media to research a brand or a product. So you want your videos out there just to tell people, hey, this is what it is. This is what I'm about. I'm not selling anything. I am just informing.
And I have a quick story to interject on this that's really meaningful. I have a really great friend who's a great loan officer in Santa Barbara. He told me, he started showing up on video all the time, YouTube Shorts. I was like, man, you're everywhere. What are you doing? What inspired you? What finally lit the fire? He said, I'll tell you the story. I had a customer I pre-qualified. They went out 4 weeks shopping for homes. Every week, he's following up, asking them how they're doing, doing all the right stuff that you all would do. At the end, they found a house. They called him back, and they said, we're not going to go with you. And they were really apologetic, and they said, I'm sorry. I feel bad. He said, why? What happened? And they said, honestly, this other gal has been putting out all these educational videos, and we've been watching them for the last 4 weeks. And you know what? We just feel like she equipped us to buy this house, and we owe her, and we're going to apply with her. And he said, never again. And he started showing up. They're looking at you. They're researching you. They want to know what's going on.
And they want to be helped. Anytime you can be helpful. One of the things I say, and I'll talk about it in a little bit, there is no information in the housing market that you can dumb down enough to where the consumer's like, this is too dumb, I need something a little more educational.
Yep.
It's just not out there. And everyone knows, is there any correlation between knowledge in the housing market and education level? What about income? Someone who makes $50,000 versus someone who makes $5 million. I don't know how. I just assume.
Thank you.
It's a
That's
very
fair.
nice jacket.
That's great.
That's just why I assumed that.
They seen your shoes? Just Google the shoes.
Do not. It's fine. Travis Scott Jordan 1s, yes.
Okay. Hit him with this. Hit him with this. So, guys, if you don't believe these stats, because you're like, who is this guy talking on the stage, just QR code this, and you'll get all the stats that Adam just talked about. Everything from every publication validating the importance of this medium. It's crucial. And if you missed it, it's too late now. So you lose. It's over.
That's it. Sorry.
But here's the punchline.
Should you be making video? That's a big old yes. Everyone in here, yeah, but what if yes. Yeah, but I'm not really good. Yes. Okay, absolutely, you need to be making video, and let's talk about the how. First thing is, you need to create from the lens of the viewer. If the first thing you do is step in front of the camera and say, okay, I think I want to talk about, don't nobody care what you want to talk about.
Nobody.
At all.
Nope.
the first thing you need to do is, okay, and this is literally what I want you to do. When you get back to your offices or whatever, or like the 3 people that are waking up for the walk and runs at 5:45, like when you are there, I want you to think, okay, what is the very first question somebody is going to ask when they are buying a home, and create a video on that. Dead serious. Everybody in here should be able to do that.
Listen, we talked about why we don't like social media. Because it's all about you. Everyone's making videos about themselves. Creating from the lens of the viewer is going to break that habit and get you talking about the needs of somebody else.
So first thing is, just show up and do it. Okay? When we did that QR code, everybody in here had a cell phone that they just popped up on there. One person's thumb was 100% in front of it, so I don't think you got the QR code. But you do have the means to make video.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about the types, and this is important. 85% of marketers rate what kind of content? What kind of content? All right, look, I'm going to need, let's see. Yep, we're a little caucus in here. I'm going to need y'all to pretend like we're in a black church right now and talk loudly, okay? 85% of marketers rate short form. There we go. Aha. Okay, all right, let me stop. I'm going to stop there. But engagement rates increase by 28% if you invest in professionally written content and professional video. Now, that does not say you cannot do video if you aren't creating professional content and professional video. But there is levels to this that you will continue to move forward on.
Yep. So we got to take a pause for 1 second, because we're talking about video, but we also are incorporating a lot of conversation around social media, because those are the places we want your videos to show up, right? Where human beings are actually there looking at things, etc. So this concept of ICE is something very important. This is like an asterisk moment, like an asterisk, okay, I got to know this too. If you make a video, if I make a video and the only person following me on Twitter is my mom, which, God bless you, Mom, it doesn't go very far. The audience I want to see my content isn't seeing my content. So this concept of ICE stands for identify, connect, and engage. Identify is, who would you like to see your videos on social? Who are they? Past customers? You have a past customer list? You got realtors, the top 100, top 200 in your market? Who are the people you want to see your content? Print them out. I mean, this is tactical and literal, but like print them out and go find them 5 a day on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Just start there.
And just to reiterate that, like, seriously, ask yourself that question and write it down, type it out, put it in a note in your phone. Who do you want to see your customers? I mean, who do you want to see your past videos?
So then the C in this stands for connect. So spend those 5 minutes every day finding them and like sending them a friend request, connecting on LinkedIn, following them on Instagram. You want them to see your stuff. You need to go out and pull them in. We're not going viral. The E part is engage, which means spend the next 10 minutes not getting sucked down the rabbit hole of TikTok and dying, but actively engaging in other people's stuff. You know the Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People? Do you remember this book? It's 200,000 years old. What is one of the concepts in there? Be more interested in other people than you are in yourself. You want people to care about your content, your message. You want them to share it. You want them to put it to their sphere. Be interested in them. Engage on their stuff. I don't care if it's the past customers, little kid, little Johnny who scored a soccer goal, cheer him on. Or a realtor that had their new listing, cheer him on. You get FaceTime with people. Look, can we be honest for a second? Can we be in the nest? What happens when you get a little notification that somebody commented on your stuff? What happens? Little dopamine, little hit. Get that little hit. Yeah, I know. We're not trying to be manipulative. But like your past, do you think your drip email campaign's working? Do you think they're stoked to get grandma's cookie recipe again? Like, no. But if you cheer them on social, if you actually care, we're relationship people. We say we are, right? We're relationship people. Go be in relationship with these people. Go love on them on social. That's the asterisk moment before we get into video. You got to hear this.
And to be authentic about it. Now, I know as soon as we say connect on LinkedIn, how many people get those appreciate connecting? And then they're like, hey, let me sell you this right now. Relax. That's not what we're talking about. But be authentic. It's hilarious, that dopamine that he's talking about. Alec and I know that every time we put out content, we're going to comment on each other's stuff. It's just what we do. But when I see Alec commented, I'm like, oh,
he's a good guy.
Every time.
He's cute.
Right? So make sure you are that person for someone else.
All right, so back to video. We're going to get in the game here. You have to hear this message. You're not going viral. The key to this game is the same key we had when we went door to door and like we do today, out and visiting our realtor partners. If you show up once, did you walk in and get a pre-qual? Oh, thank God. You're here. I've been waiting for you to walk in. Here's a pre-qual, 5 customers. No, they ignored you. It took 6, 7, 8, 12 interactions before they even knew your name. We have to map this over to content and to video.
Consistency and patience. Those are the 2 things that you need to do. One of the things that I hear all the time is, I tried video and it didn't work.
Yeah.
How long did you try it?
One video.
Yeah. Sometimes it's 1 video. Sometimes it's over 3 months. Sometimes it's over 6 months. That's still not enough. If you are not willing to do video the same way, if someone's like, yeah, I tried to be a loan officer, but it didn't work. How long? 6 months?
Weird.
Okay, wow, yeah, surprising. It's the same type of consistency and patience that you put into your career that happens with video that continues to work for you as you move forward.
Now, we're going to get into what should you say, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks, but we have to come back to the tree of trust for a second, the nest. Don't read my quote yet. Don't read it.
Yeah.
We got to be in the nest for a second, okay? You with me? How many of you have tried getting into video? Tried it. Do you have 700 videos filmed on your phone that you never posted of one take? Yeah, that's okay. We're in the net. It's okay.
Yeah.
We can be honest. Okay? And why is it so hard? I've met people who are like, I can speak in front of 1,500 people, and the second a camera comes on, I am frozen to death. You give realtor presentations, first-time homebuyer presentations, you crush all that.
Easy.
And then the camera comes on, and you're like, ah!
Hello, welcome to Home Buying 101. We get it.
So why, though? Why? Let's just be honest. Why? Well, we want it to be perfect, but why? Let's just bring it out. Yes! Jesus, we got there. We don't like the way we look like and sound like. We're embarrassed. We think we're going to say something dumb. We're insecure. The same demon that stopped us from walking into an open house. When I was 23 years old, driving a Honda Civic, I went to the best realtor's open house. I saw him in there. I'm like, oh my God, he's here. I'm going to meet him for the first time. I put on jock jams, because that's what you did back in the day. Slapped my face, get all pumped up, and I drove away. Because that same thing of you're not good enough, no one's going to care, you're 23, you don't know what you're doing, the whole thing was there. It's still there. So this quote, you can screen grab it because it means a lot to me, has carried me through a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to stare. You can look at my bald spot. You will become way less concerned with what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do. No one cares what you look like and sound like. Do you have friends? You have a significant other? They've seen you.
They know what you look like.
They've heard your voice.
It's fine.
We just got to push through at some level. If you want it enough, if you have a purpose enough to push through it, you'll push through it. The same way we built relationships. It's the same thing. Embrace it, So let's hit it. So let's go, what do we say?
All right, so yeah, this is the what do I say? Because the thing I say is, well, I don't necessarily know enough to get on the video.
Actually, no, I want you to tell your story.
Yeah.
I want you to tell the story. So when Adam first got into this game, he was asked to do some content for a mortgage company. And so he came in without any mortgage knowledge. And he's like, okay, you're going to make some content. So give him the story, dude.
Yeah, that was basically what happened.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just trying to tee you up.
Yeah. Hey, my boss walked in and he said, hey, we need you to start making some content in mortgage. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know mortgage. I was saying low for the first week that I was there because I didn't know LO was an acronym. So the first thing I had to do was figure out what the heck I was trying to promote. So I then started looking up top FAQs for buying a home. And out of the first list I found, way too complicated. Top FAQs on buying a home for dummies. Found a dumber one. I was like, okay, I can work with this here. So I was like, you know what? If I don't know this, let me talk to people who have bought homes. Talk to them. They had no idea. Talk to my parents. They barely remember. They'd bought 2 homes, but they didn't really remember enough. Then I realized, wait, nobody knows this stuff. So if they don't know it, then I should teach them. So what I started doing is every topic I had a question about, I then learned and put that out into content. And I started that in 2018 is when I started. It was called the Mortgage Minute. Mortgage Minute, that's a 60-second max video. Now remember how we did the call and response short before? And now I'm talking about 60 seconds. You know why I'm doing this? Because y'all like to talk too much. Okay, y'all talk too much and too long. It needs to be short video. So that's what I would do. I would find a topic, I would research it, I'd grab 3 bullet points from it, I would make sure those were anchored in my video no matter what, and then I'd put entertaining content around it. And that's what I did, week in and week out. And I continue to do that. And people use them. People love them. You know who liked them? Loan officers at our company liked them. You know who, when they shared it, who liked it from them?
Consumers.
They're realtors, right? Realtors. There's no UH in between. You know, I'm not going to get there. But the realtors, right? They loved the content. Their consumers loved the content. And I continue to make that over and over, week in, week out, week in, week out, until I realized that creating entertaining and educating content on social was a way to reach people. Now, it took time, but a platform that I created, Mortgage Tips, reached 1.7 million people and had 1.6 million plays in 2020. Now, when did I say that I started? 2018. So if I had stopped at 3 months, what would have happened? Would have never gotten here. If I had stopped at 6 months, if I had stopped at a year, we wouldn't have gotten here. Right? Instagram following increased. Leads started to increase. Then, when I went out on my own, started my own production company, my own social media agency, we started # Ace Creatives. We do the same thing, weekly content, week in, week out. And the same thing is happening here. This is in less than a year. Now that I've been doing it for so long, we're continuing to see the growth.
Now, before you get it twisted, because you see a extremely attractive man, and you're like, well, of course, if I was 19 feet tall, had a beard, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I don't know who gave them permission to come into this bit, but just keep going.
Yeah.
So here's something you all have to understand. There's an audience for everyone, and you really have to let this land for you. Okay, a few years ago at this event, I was sitting up here on the stage with Duncan and Stephanie Johnson. If you don't know who she is, she's an incredible originator out of Texas. We were talking about videos, and she said something like, my most played video is on YouTube, and it's just me explaining an LE line by line. And I was rocked, because I was like, that is a dumb idea. No one's going to watch that. Because my lens, my paradigm didn't have room for the reality that there are different people in the world that think and believe and act differently than I do. I mean, have you guys taken personality profile tests before? Yes, like I'm an Enneagram something with a wing of something, my wife says. Like, let's just put 2 personalities on the stage, okay? You've got charismatic sales guy and you've got engineer. Do they like different things? Have any of you ever done a loan for an engineer, and are you a charismatic salesperson? They don't like us. They're like, slow down, stop going so fast. They want somebody who's going to take the time and be thoughtful and intentional and break it down. So if some of you are sitting out there right now being like, I can't do video, I'm not that funny and charismatic, I can't do all that stuff, it's like, stop. There are so many people who are going to view the world the way you do. Please hear that. It's impactful, it's important. And so, we're going to push you a little bit.
And also know.
Okay, we're not pushing yet.
Yeah, we're not pushing yet. Because also know when you do this, you're going to mess up. And that's fine. It's okay. In fact, I have a video 3 that will help you understand that that happens. Let's go ahead and do that.
Welcome to #Bypassed.
Editor, do something with hi, by the way, sorry.
You get leads. You know you need to work them. And you do. I haven't read any more of the lines, so I don't know what's next.
What's happening here? I know the text is moving.
And you shouldn't want the sum total of your long-term relationship with them to be spam. You threw that at my face.
Wait, no, let me out. Please, please. Neighbors, I'm just kidding.
Hello, I am Gandalf the Black.
Bruh.
I love this candle, especially. You should listen to me because I have a Lamborghini. Like a clown or like something like.
Sure, you can send something. Are they really gonna enjoy that? Zada! Just straight.
Do we have a standard branch shell in Colorado? Question mark.
You should be building your reputation. I'm not moving. The feet aren't moving. What are the gardeners jackhammering?
Not only hell.
Audience, is it like? I don't know. You're that creative editor. You do it, and I'll tell you I don't like it.
My friends, can we not take ourselves so seriously for once in our lives? Can we laugh at ourselves? Can we get out there and be uncomfortable and enjoy the discomfort? So now I'm going here now.
Yes, there we go. I know you tried to scoot past that.
Shut up.
So here's what I want. This is a tactical challenge that I want everyone in here to do. This is a 21-day video challenge. Every day, and we'll make it easy. From
Today.
From today. From today to 21 days from now, make a 1 minute or less video about something educational in your field and post it. Every day. 21 days. Okay? Now, all you charismatic salesmen and extroverts are all fired up about that and excited, and you introverts are like, no.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. But some of you introverts are like, no. And that's okay. I totally get that I have a slightly extroverted personality, and that may be a little bit, we laughed a little hard over there. That may be a little different than some of you. So here's what I want. If you are uncomfortable posting, that is okay. Still do the videos, keep them in your phone. Identify 4 people, a mentor, 2 coworkers, and a potential realtor or industry adjacent lead, and say, hey, look, I'm trying to get better on video. I'd like to just share these with you so you can give me feedback. And do that for 21 days. Doesn't have to be a big audience, right? After that, after day 7, you will see immediate improvements in your candor on there. After day 14, you'll probably be ready to start getting out there and posting. But the first thing you have to do is show up and do it.
I had a friend who got teased from another colleague because he put his videos out and they called him up and said, bro, this isn't you. And he called me and he's like, Alec, to your advice, I'm out there, I'm pushing myself out there, but is this not me? I said, of course it's not you. You're very uncomfortable. You haven't relaxed yet. You haven't let your true self come through yet because you haven't put in the repetitions to be comfortable. It's just a fact of humanity. I got a minute left, and I want to share with you something that's really important to me. I put up there the tale of 2 stories. There's 2 stories being told in our industry, and one story's been told since 2016. And you know what that story is? Push button, get mortgage. Do you remember that story? By the way, I'm a little jealous. Damn good ad. But what did that story say? And what have that narrative been saying for the last 4, 5, 6 years? What are they saying? That everyone in this room, that we don't matter. Because when you push a button and get a mortgage, where do you get the consultation? Where do you get the wisdom and the experience from a great professional? And they're spending billions of dollars telling this story. So my challenge for you, my encouragement at the end of this day is who's telling your story if it's not you? You feel me on this? I had 1 clap and I'm going to friggin' take it. Adam, take us home, buddy. Yeah, close it out. It's all you.
All right. First of all, that was high school, okay? I didn't have the blessedness that I do now, okay? But anyways, yes, look, guys, we'll be here for the rest of the day. Feel free to connect with us. This is all of our information. I know we basically shouted at you all for 30 minutes, but it's because we truly believe and know that this works, and this works for each one of you.
Let's get after it. Let's make some videos. Thank you, guys. Hey,
Thanks,
play
guys.
us out.